say a couple of words and come out and say, I can pray. And some folks are like, and we're wondering why. The churches are dead. There's no life in the church. There's nobody motivated to seek God because why? Folks are not praying. And God is asking you a question. What are you building? You're trying to build, and yet you want to draw people, but what are you building? If prayer's a part of you, the first thing out of us, we get in trouble. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do. But listen, if prayer is, don't you know a praying man? There's an old slang that the old church used to always say, the devil can't harm a praying man.
That's right.
Don't you know prayer will put you ahead of the enemy and let you know every plan and the statistical attack of the enemy that the devil plans against you.
Amen.
But the reason why we don't know because we're not praying and we're not building. God is asking you, why aren't you building? What are you trying to build? Again, when you're building in prayer and that relationship with fasting and consecration, I find more than ever before. We got more folks that got the hand and elbow disease than anything else. We don't know how to say no to food. We sit close to the table. Everything that come across the table, we eat. But yet, and when it's time to pray, we know every story. I find more than ever before. We got more church folks that live in the middle of garbage than anything else. Hello, somebody.
Amen.
They like to live in the middle of confusion, keeping something going, always knowing everything that everybody else is saying, everybody else is doing. But listen, but a person that loves to pray and value that time, don't you know, it's something about a line. Don't you know, those of my uncle could tell you dealing with wires and stuff like that. If there's a problem on the line, it will hinder the flow of electricity.
Yes, it will.
And sometimes they have to use a certain kind of thing to connect to the line without exposing a couple of wires to test the line just to see if there's proper connection or connectivity on the line. And it's almost like a Geiger counter. So that when it starts going off and it don't go to a certain point, they tell you the line is dead or is in the process of dying. Some of us in our walk with God, our lines are already dead. We can't even feel God. All we're going on is what happened yesteryear. But if we have a connection and a consistent connection, a consistent flow with God and keeping that line of communication open, don't you know, it don't take a long time to get an answer from God. When you pray and you seek God, is more, again, listen, I don't have no time to gossip and backbite. I got more time to spend on my face praying. I get very short patient talking to folk. And when they start telling me everything from A to Z about this, that, the other thing, the baby's mama, and the cow done jump over the moon, they tell me what's in the car. I'm not studying that. After I ask how you doing, you feeling, I get quiet. And people that know me and listen to me, talk to me on the phone, they tell you, I say what I got to say. And after a while, I get agitated. I got to go. I got to go. And I said, and then sometimes I got to raise my voice. I said, I got to go. Get off the phone. I got to go. Because why? I want to keep that line clear that I can hear from God.
Amen.
And see, when you fast and you pray, and that makes your spirit sensitive, making that line open. See, again, another reason why a lot of people like to talk is people that ain't got a life.
That's true. Amen. Amen.
Hello, this afternoon.
Amen.
People that like to gossip and backbite, those are folks ain't got a life. Because a person that got a life, my grandma used to always say, I got 6 months to stay out of your business and another 6 months to mind my own. So in other words, I got time to mess with you. My uncle's laughing because he knows my grandma used to say that. So I ain't got no time to be bothered with kind of nonsense. And see, I'm short patient when it comes down to that. I help you. I do what I can for you because I love of God in me to do so. But when it comes down to mess, who got time for that? To tell you what's going on. But again, God is saying, what are you building? When you build with garbage, you're building a wall with garbage. And we wonder why. And I often see preachers that talk a whole bunch of garbage and get up in the pulpit and wonder why they can't preach through. You just sat down and talk a whole lot of stuff. At first natural, then spiritual. Even